Hello. Today I thought that I would spend a little bit of time talking about what positive discipline actually is. It actually is related to a lot of other child psychological and behavioral um, lines of thinking. It's just very respectful at its core, which I think a lot of best practices are. And if you keep following these videos and keep hearing about some of my tools and tips, you'll probably think, oh, that sounds a lot like all these other methodologies that I already use, just maybe worded differently or, thought about in a slightly different way. It doesn't mean anything is better or worse than any other thing. It's just another way in. Sometimes a different way to explain things works better for different people, and it's great to keep saying it again and again. So I have with me 5 criteria for positive discipline. It's just 5 things to kind of go over in your mind and check as you're interacting with someone. Is this up to the standard? And we won't always be. We're not perfect people. We make mistakes, and that's okay. A part of making mistakes is being able to recover from them. That's another tool that I will talk about at some point. So you just want to try to keep yourself on this path, right? So the first criteria is that positive discipline should help children or people, anyone you're engaging with in this way. They should feel a sense of connection to you and to the group that they're a part of, because everyone wants to feel belonging and significance. They want to feel like they are contributing to the group that they are part of. We are small pack animals. Granted, we aren't really used to living in giant cities and things like that, or we didn't really evolve to do that, even though we do now. But we need to feel belonging to our family, to our school, to our church, to our synagogue, to our dance studio, to our theater group, to our art class, wherever we go, maybe our yoga class, wherever we are, we want to feel like we have belonging and significance, like we are a seen and valuable and valued part of that place. Number 2, we want to be mutually respectful and encouraging. So we want to be kind and firm in all of our interactions. That's with anybody. I work with 3 to 6 year olds in my daily life. However, this can be used with anyone of any age, really at any time. Kind and firm simply means that you are delivering a message that needs to be heard in a way that can be heard because it is also kind, right? If you're too kind, you're just permissive and you let anything happen. You just sort of roll over, and say, okay, that's fine. You can do that. You might qualify it with, well, this time, but next time. No, everybody knows you're just going to roll over again, right? Your coworkers know it, your children know it, your partner knows it, right? Or you could be too firm, which is often where I find myself. And you're saying a lot of, no, this is the rule, this is the line, and you're really trying to enforce a lot of those boundaries that you're putting up. I can be that way in the classroom a little bit, and so sometimes I look at myself and say, how can I deliver this message and this boundary in a really kind way, right? And I'll go into how to do that in another video tip. But one thing that I really like to use is the word and. So I'll always say things like, or I'll try to always say things like, I know you really want snack right now, and the snack table is full. So you're delivering the message and the boundary and the expectation with a kind message, right? And it is very mutually respectful and encouraging. It will allow that person in that instance to make a new choice. So number 3, it's effective long term. And it's really considering how people or children are thinking and feeling and learning and deciding, right? It's giving power to the individual, right? Now, it doesn't mean that that person will always make a good choice or a happy choice or, one that works for you, but at least they are thinking, feeling, learning, and deciding, right? As long as we're encouraging those things to happen, then it's good. even if the child or your coworker or your spouse doesn't seem to be very happy in that moment. What that's going to do is it's going to help lay the groundwork for future decisions and really inspire some learning and some self-initiative, right? Number 4, positive discipline should teach important social and life skills, right? We want to inspire respect, concern for other people, problem solving. That's a big one, right? We don't want to rescue people from their problems, right? Then we grow up and we have to rescue our bosses or our spouse or our parents, right? Like, I'm sure we've all had to do that. And it can be very taxing to yourself to solve other people's problems when you also solve your own. So we're trying to inspire the people or the children we work with to solve their own problems. And to cooperate. Cooperation is a big one, right? We'd rather teach cooperation. I say that often. I'm trying to teach cooperation, right? And not manipulation. Manipulation is a learned skill. It's a skill, actually, that people learn to use, right? That's all it is. If we teach how to be a cooperative part of a group rather than being a manipulative part of a group, that's what we'll get instead. And it is beautiful. We want to teach people to have skills and how to contribute their skills to a community, right? What we need to do in the home, in the school, outside world, how to be a good citizen. That's all in here, right? And if we're encouraging in what we're asking of people, then we're going to be teaching those life skills. And number 5, the last one for today. Positive discipline should invite children and other people to discover how capable they are, that they have the ability to be constructive in their lives and to be very valuable, right? Again, it goes back to wanting to belong and to contribute and to have a sense of significance in their own communities, right? So children really want personal power and autonomy, right? And you know that if you have a toddler at home or if you have a teenager at home, right? They want personal power, authority over their own lives, and autonomy. And it's our job to give it to them in doses that they can handle, right? And in a way that they can hear it and be good with it, right? Be responsible with it. So I hope that that has been a little illuminating. I know there's a lot of information in there to unpack, and I look forward to doing more daily tips. See you later.